Welcome everyone to another episode of Total Extreme Wrestling 2020. I am booking the Invasion in WWF in the year 2001. It's the second week of September in the year 2001. So let's run Smackdown and see how things go. So Stone Cold comes to the ring and he's got a pissed off look on his face. And Stone Cold goes, "Well, well, well. If it ain't the Hollywood hypocrite himself, The Rock. Now listen here, you jabroni. I hear you strutting around here talking about loyalty and respect, but let's get one thing straight. You ain't got none of that for these fans anymore. Oh yeah, you used to be the people's champion. But what I see now is a man who's traded in his title for a Hollywood sign. You've turned your back on these very people who made you for what? A shot at being some big shot movie star? You talk about electrifying, but all I see is a sellout, a man who's lost his way. You're not the same Rock I used to know, the one who fought for them, but for your own pocketbook. You're nothing but a Hollywood hypocrite. So tonight, when you come down that ramp, don't expect any cheers from these people because they know, just like I know, that The Rock ain't nothing but a sellout. If you think for 1 second you can step in this ring with Stone Cold Steve Austin and pretend to be the hero, you've got another thing coming. Stone Cold then, he looks towards the entranceway. Then he goes, "What?" Steve Austin improvised well, benefited from having a hot catchphrase. This got the crowd hotter and the show off to a strong start. And SmackDown started with an 80. In a bout that had good heat and decent wrestling, William Regal defeated Val Venus by pinfall with an exploder suplex, and this got a 59. Shane McMahon comes to the ring, and Shane McMahon goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, the invasion is in full swing, and WCW isn't just here to make an appearance. We're here to take over. But let's talk about something specific, shall we? We've been watching, we've been counting every match, every victory the WCW has scored over the WWF, and I've got to say it's been impressive. But it's not enough. We want more. We want to show everyone that WCW isn't just back, we're better. So here's the deal. If WCW can win more interpromotional matches at Unforgiven, I want to make a statement, a big one. No Mercy? That's done. We're replacing it with Halloween Havoc. Think about it. Halloween Havoc isn't just an event, it's a legacy. It's where legends are made, where the unexpected happens. If WCW proves we can dominate the WWF, what better way to celebrate than by bringing back one of the most iconic events in wrestling history? This isn't just about one night. This is about proving to the world that WCW is not only here to stay, but here to lead. Every match, every wrestler from WCW, you're fighting for more than just wins. You're fighting for the soul of this industry. So, to every WCW wrestler out there, you've got your marching orders. Make every match count. Because if we win, if we show the world what WCW is made of, No Mercy will be a distant memory. And we'll usher in a new era with Halloween Havoc. Let's make history, WCW. Let's make it our way with Halloween Havoc. Here comes the pain, WCW style. Unfortunately, this only got a 40. Booker T is in the ring about to compete. Before the match starts, Christian comes down to ringside, apparently scouting Booker T. Booker does not look happy about it and appears somewhat distracted by the presence of Christian, and this got 46. In an extremely short match, Booker T defeated Nelson Knight by pinfall with a missile dropkick, and this got a 50. In a decent match, Chris Benoit and Dean Malenko drew with Hugh Morse and Chavo Guerrero Jr. following a double disqualification. Chris Benoit carried the match in terms of in-ring performance. Chavo Guerrero Jr. was the weak link, struggling to keep up with everyone's in-ring performance, and this got a 55. And Chris Benoit shined in the match. Diamond Dallas Page comes to the ring, and DDP goes, "All right, all right, all right. You're looking at Diamond Dallas Page, the man who's been through the wars, the man who's climbed every mountain in this business. I've got something to say. Something to the so-called commissioner of WWF, Mr. William Regal. You've been strutting around here like you own the place, throwing your weight around, making decisions that affect all of us here in WCW. But let me tell you, you ain't seen nothing like the Diamond Cutter yet. I hear you've been calling WCW a second-rate territory. Well, I've got news for you, pal. This is our territory, and it's time someone reminded you of that. At Unforgiven, I'm calling you out, Regal. No more hiding behind your fancy suits and your commissioner title. It's time to step into the ring, man to man. I want you, William Regal, in a match where you can't run, you can't hide, and you can't manipulate the outcome. Just you, me, and the ring. Let's see if those fancy wrestling techniques of yours hold up when you got the diamond cutter coming at you. You think you can hang with WCW? You think you can control the fans? What Unforgiven? You're going to find out what it's like when the fans control you and they decide your fate. And trust me, they're going to decide it with me. Diamond Dallas Page standing tall over you. So what's it going to be, Regal? Are you man enough to step up, or are you just going to keep dodging the real challenges? I'm laying it all out there. Unforgiven. You and me. The diamond cutter's coming for you, and there's nowhere to run. Feel the bang. And this promo got a 53. In a bout that had good heat and decent wrestling, Chris Jericho and Kane defeated Just Incredible and Lance Storm when Jericho made Just Incredible submit to the Lion Tamer. Just Incredible was the weak link, struggling to keep up with everyone's performance. Kane seemed off his game, but this got a 64. So Chuck Palumbo and Sean O'Haire are backstage, and Chuck Palumbo goes, "Listen up, everybody. You think you've seen alliances? You ain't seen nothing yet. Chris Jericho and Kane, huh? A couple of misfits thinking they found a new lease on life?" And Sean O'Haire goes, "Look at this. The clown and the monster teaming up. What a circus. But let's be real here. You two are nothing but a sideshow to the main event, and that's us. You think you can walk in here, play hero after we've been dominating this place? We are the future, the muscle, the power of WCW. We don't fear no vigilante justice or whatever you're calling yourselves." Chuck Palumbo goes, "You see, we've been watching, biding our time. You think you've got each other's back? We'll see how long that lasts when you're both flat on your backs in the middle of the ring. Jericho, your mouth won't save you this time. And Kane, your life's gonna burn out quick when you're up against the real deal." Sean O'Haire goes, "This ain't about who can talk the best game, Jericho. This is about who can end it. And we've got the tools, the skills, the raw power to send both of you back to whatever dark corner you crawled out from." And Chuck Palumbo goes, "You want to watch each other's back? Good. Because we're going to break both your spirits right here, right now. This isn't just a match, it's a lesson in what happens when you cross the wrong team." Sean O'Haire goes, "So come Unforgiven, or whenever you think you're ready. Bring it all you've got, because we're not just going to beat you. We're going to make an example of you WCW style." And Chuck Palumbo goes, "The countdown to your downfall starts now. Watch your backs, because we're coming for both of you, and we don't miss." And then they both throw down the mics that they were holding as they walk away from the camera. And this got a 52. They both struggled or showed signs of struggling on the microphone. Kurt Angle is seen sitting in the crowd, so this got a 73. In a bout that had great heat and decent wrestling, Triple H defeated Billy Kidman by pinfall with the pedigree, and this got a 77. So Big Show attacks The Undertaker backstage, leaving him down and out. This got a 61. Then the main event, in a bout that had fantastic heat and good wrestling, The Rock defeated Steven Richards by pinfall with the Hurricane DDT. This got a 79. The great performance of The Rock really stood out. So what was the final grade for SmackDown? A 75. We didn't lose popularity anywhere. All right, awesome. So let's see if there's any. Let's see what email there is before I end this episode of SmackDown. And that's really my strategy. Start booking the card with your most popular wrestlers and you work your way down until you got a full card of matches and or promos. All right, so drug test fees, drug test fees. Kurt Angle goes, Sean O'Haire needs to learn how to sell. He is not worth pushing until that's addressed. On Anderson goes, Sean O'Haire has poor ring psychology. The kid's probably not worth keeping around. Good thing I'm not getting rid of him right now. And there was an incident involving Benoit. He's been identified as a steroid user. Um, I guess I have to suspend him because it's steroids. It had a positive impact on Benoit, and Benoit's happy at that. All right, so let's go all the way to the next show and see what happens there before I end things. So Benoit and Hugh Morris at the Unforgiven is not happening. So Buff Bagwell and Canyon against the Dudley Boys, and now Chris Benoit versus Hugh Morris are not going to happen. Maybe I should find Benoit, but I feel like I don't know. I guess the storyline's just going to end uh, prematurely then, without the blow off. Move Hugh Morris onto something else, and then when Chris Benoit comes back, then he'll be inserted where um, he'll be put where there's room. I mean, it's 28-day suspensions aren't really going to hurt their popularity, so it's not like Benoit wouldn't return to the top of the card or some mid main event somewhere between there, like the upper mid card when he came back. But yeah, I haven't done that well on for SmackDown either in a long time or at all. 75 rating with no shows, no regions losing without losing popularity in any region. Okay, so let's see emails. House Show, Kid Romeo, uh, SmackDown got a 1.52. Christian York, House Show, Jack Lanza retired, and Heat. So Kid Romeo and Christian York. Let's see. He's just a star, so Christian York staying. Kid Romeo's just considered a star, so he's staying. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe if you did. And the next time I book something for the invasion, it will be War of Week 3 in September in 2001, with an Unforgiven being at the end of Week 4. Until then, good night, everyone.